Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome back to another winter forecast here. In this video, we're going to be once again talking about Windstorm Abigail, but also we're going to be mentioning a second round of snow here that's going to be affecting the same areas in the next coming days by the weekend. The weekend time frame into early next week here. It's possibly going to bring in a lot more snow here, and it even will possibly bring snow a bit more south into kind of more towards Kansas and even out there towards Colorado, expecting some of these areas additionally another 3 to 4 feet depending where you are due to Abigail, and then also maybe Billy being named next in the next coming days here, as it's going to be allowed to form because that major cold front that we've all been talking about, it's still here and it'll be here for another week or more, and that's going to bring in well below average temperatures for the Midwest, and then it'll start moving towards southward, but it's going to bring negative digits, single digits, and then well below freezing temperatures for much of the Midwest and even Northwest. Without further ado, let's get into this video. So I actually did get a COVID test around 3 or 2 hours ago, so we will get results in 24 hours, but I just wanted to mention that just for those people who were asking how I was feeling. I got a COVID test, so we will find out in 24 hours whether I do have COVID or not. But let's go into the National Weather Service, see what type of alerts we do have. We now have alerts issued for the snowstorm that will most likely be Winter Storm Billy. So 2 straight named storms that kind of go to the exact same areas. That's kind of what we're going to be seeing here. So this is all still for Abigail. We still have windstorm warnings for portions of the Dakotas out there near Aberdeen and kind of the border with North Dakota, Minnesota, Aberdeen, Sisseton, Wheatonton, Lisbon, Ashley, Muhlenberg, and then we also have much of the Dakotas under the advisories. But it's kind of cool or kind of funny because these two alerts for 2 different storms are connected. So it's kind of like they are going almost in the exact same track here, except Billy is most likely will be named because it's going to be quite large, kind of go more southward, and it's going to even bring some snow for these general areas as well. But we do have windstorm watches because it's very close from, like I said, it's gonna come in the next few days, but it's already starting to bring some slight first impacts here already for those areas in Montana and Washington, like I said, the Northwest as well. But we got windstorm watches for the areas in upstate Washington and as well as upstate Idaho, Booners Ferry, Sandpoint, Kiel de Ellen, Orofino, and Grangeville. If you guys upstate Idaho, you guys have windstorm watches, and then we have much of Washington as well, Cookeville, Republic, Omak, Winthrop, Spokane, Versalta, and Pullman. And obviously near the Seattle area, you guys obviously won't get snow, but you guys will get some below freezing temperatures. It's just outside there in those Sierras. And you can tell this is definitely going to be significant because in order to have windstorm warnings for Montana this widespread, it's got to be a big snowstorm, and it's going to impact areas like Interstate 90 and Highway 93, especially by Friday evening. So it's going to start coming in tomorrow, but it's not going to get to its worst around, like I said, the weekend time frame. Barely cold temperatures as well. I mean, look at that, negative 14 degrees, negative 16 degrees, negative 20 degrees for Great Falls. Like I said, I mean, it's going to be just extremely cold. Values of negative 10 to negative 25 possible. Frostbite as well. Danger, exposed pets and livestock. Winterized if not already. So just please be safe. I mean, it's going to be through Saturday to Monday morning. Like I said, it's going to go throughout the weekend, early next week. But Missoula, we do have Helena, we do have Great Falls, West Glacier, Essex, Piston, Thompson Falls, all the way up into Idaho, upstate Idaho. We do have those winter storm warnings. And then for the Yellowstone area, we do have windstorm watches. But like I said, in order for windstorm watches this big and widespread for Montana and Idaho, you need a ton of snow. And I mean ton of snow, I mean like 1 to 2 feet there. And then obviously we still have these winter storm warnings here for the areas of Minnesota. Let's try to get a good look at this. There we go. Duluth, Brandfield, and obviously winter weather advisories for upstate Wisconsin and all the way up to the Marquette area. We do have those winter weather advisories. But now let's go take a look at the models. So these first 2 models, this is going to kind of just be focusing on Abigail, and then we'll be focusing on future models and global models that talk about both Abigail and potentially Billy. As you do see, there's that snow from Abigail finishing off up there for the upstate part of Minnesota. Could bring some slight flurries for the Minneapolis area and St. Paul, the Twin Cities. And then we kind of see some scattered showers. This is not from Billy, even though it's not been named yet, as of what I know. It's not from Abigail. It's just kind of little showers that you kind of see after a snowstorm. But let's see if we can actually get towards that Billy time frame. And this is kind of where you kind of start to see, most likely, like I said, I'm not trying to pre-name, but it most likely will definitely be Billy. I mean, the size of it. I mean, you can already see we already have windstorm warnings and watches for it, so it's not like I'm pre-naming days before it happens, because it's starting to really bring snow tomorrow evening. It just has to get named. It could get named maybe by the end of today or early tomorrow, but there it is. It's coming in pretty small, and then it kind of slowly starts to double in size. I see it gets a lot bigger there, but gonna bring some extremely heavy snow throughout the Friday evening, Saturday time frame. So gonna wake up to, I mean, a good amount of snow. Let's check out the NAM 3 kilometer model on Abigail. This is also really fully refreshed, or not fully refreshed, but newly refreshed for the 18Z. And now you do see, there it is, bringing that really heavy snow for Duluth and upstate Wisconsin. It's going to bring some rain showers and potential scattered thunderstorms further to the south and the southern Midwest there. So could see some severe weather. It's that time of the year, or not quite. It's January, December, February, where you kind of see that prime severe weather time because of snowstorms. But it seems that we're getting that quite early, as we saw Abigail as well, and we could even see some more severe weather coming in the next few days at these general areas, because Billy's kind of moving in a bit more south as well. So does that mean snow for Iowa? Does that mean snow for Nebraska, Kansas, Colorado, once again the Dakotas, Minnesota, Wisconsin? I mean, is Illinois in the potential risk? Is Missouri in the potential? I mean, there's many possibilities with most likely soon to be Windstorm Billy. So we're taking a look at global models now, so we can take a look at Billy full time or full on, since the other models are not fully refreshed. So here's the GFS, this is the 12Z. I do see it's going to continue bringing some snow for the next around 24 hours for Abigail. But now let's go out into the kind of widespread United States. So once Abigail is trying to finish up, this is kind of when soon to be Billy, most likely soon to be Billy, moves in by around Friday evening, Saturday morning. I mean, it's going to come in not too impressive. Obviously, it doesn't look like it's going to be named by then, but just wait. There it is. It gets really large. And check out the Midwest now. Zoom in the Northwest. This is by Sunday, and it's going to bring in, I mean, this is definitely going to be named. I mean, you cannot tell me this is not going to be named. And then look at that. Going to possibly bring snow for Iowa. Like I said, maybe gonna move in Missouri. Then we got Kansas, Nebraska. Can we get some snowy? Can we get a snowy Monday Night Football? Can we get a snowy Sunday game? Hopefully, I'm not exactly sure, but hopefully we have a game here. Most likely, the only one I can really think of is Minnesota, is Kansas City or Denver Broncos. Wanted to check out the Monday Night Football game, because if it were to happen anywhere in Kansas City in the Midwest, it'll be massive. I mean, look at that. That's very large. Like I did say, it is going to be more to the south. And look at that on Monday. Massive. Going to bring in some big snow threats for areas of Missouri, Wisconsin. You guys are in there. Like I said, maybe Chicago. Can Chicago get a pre-Halloween snowstorm? You guys got a huge bust last year. Could this make up for it? The thing is, will it be just rain, some flurries like the past years? But look at that, some snowy potential. Snowy Kansas City and icy Kansas City as well. St. Joseph, Topeka, as well as the areas near Lansing, as well for Aurora and Rockford. Can you guys get in the action? And this is just looking quite promising for some of those areas. But let's check out the total snowfall. That's total precipitation. Let's check out total snowfall. I mean, it's looking pretty promising for areas in the upper Midwest and the general plains, but for this part of the Midwest, it's not looking too promising unless like you're in Missouri. Obviously, in Missouri, that'd be pretty impressive to get that much snow before Halloween, but could it be like just a bust for Chicago? I mean, we've had so many snowstorms like this where it just turns into rain right before Chicago. I mean, it would be impressive if we can get some accumulated snow for Chicago, maybe even up there, upstate Indiana before Halloween. Because we all know how last year was a huge bust for you guys, and a pre-Halloween snowstorm will make up for it. But And as of now, it doesn't look like it's going to be any better. But let's check out these totals. Obviously, this is most likely all from Abigail, with a little bit of Billy, if it gets named, which, I mean, it has to be. Look at the size of that storm we saw. But it's going to be more of a kind of southern or kind of central Midwest snowstorm, a kind of central plain snowstorm, like I said. Look, up to a foot of snow, most likely for Nebraska City, Omaha, 6 to 9 inches of snowfall there. Sioux City, 4 inches of snowfall. Pierre gonna get even more snow, up to 6 to 9 inches of snowfall. Rapid City, 4 to 6 inches of snowfall based on this. Valentine, Nebraska, 6 to 11 inches. North Platte, 5 to 8 inches of snowfall there. Look at that, Kansas City, 1 to 3 inches of snowfall there. Quite impressive. The far upstate Kansas area, 5 to 6 inches of snowfall. St. Joseph, 4 inches. That's quite impressive. Des Moines, 3 to 5 inches. But let's check out now as well the south central, kind of more towards the Colorado area. Like I said, we can see up to 4 feet of snowfall with this. And like I said in the intro, it's kind of be more of a as well southwestern as well. We got New Mexico included, Colorado included, Oklahoma included. Could that be? I mean, that's quite impressive to see snow. I believe last year we had a pre-Halloween snowstorm for this general Amarillo area in Texas, and it brought up to 8 inches. That's quite impressive. But could it just be a little bit more to the west this time? I mean, look at that. That is showing over 2 feet of snowfall there, nearing that 36-inch mark for 3 feet there. Because you can see we're seeing around 32 inches there. So, I mean, it's going to get very close. Maybe 3 feet, maximum maybe 4 feet. I mean, it still has plenty of time to come here, though. So, we're also going to be taking a look at this at the European model as well. There you got the finishing hours of Abigail. And then we got a small kind of 24-hour gap for the Midwest before Abigail. Obviously, the Northwest has a kind of smaller gap, but also a longer gap because they were doing Abigail for the past 2 days. But there it is. Here it comes, potentially Billy. I mean, this has to be named. I mean, it just has to. But there it is, moving to the south there. It's looking really promising for these areas right here. I mean, look at that. Look at that. Look at the winds. That is looking like we can see blizzard conditions right here. Look how close those isobars are. That's definitely indicating over 80-mile-an-hour wind gusts. I mean, just by telling the isobars. I mean, look how, if you zoom in, I mean, it's so close to each other. And the closer the isobars, the stronger the winds. So, seeing as if we're going to get more blizzard conditions, just like that September snowstorm we saw last month. But looking promising for Sioux City, Sioux Falls. Looking promising for Rochester, looking promising maybe for Madison, Wisconsin, or not Madison, sorry. Looking promising for Eau Claire, Green Bay. And look at that, potentially very well blizzard conditions. I mean, not only are we seeing a super dark blue, but the dark blue is going to be with the super close isobars. I mean, that is looking very promising. All the way from Canada to the Colorado, New Mexico area, we're going to be seeing snow. So it seems like there's a lot of interstates going to get affected. I mean, look at that, St. Joseph, Kansas City, Des Moines, Nebraska City, North Platte, Denver, Colorado Springs, all the way up into the Albuquerque area. I mean, it's looking pretty promising. I know I said that a lot in this video, but I mean, it really is. But let's check out the total snowfall here. So this is what we have for the next 24 hours. Obviously, expect to see a bit more snow from Abigail. Like I said, around a good bit of snow for the upper areas of Wisconsin and Michigan. Let it come around 6 to 8 inches. The snowfall up to come these scattered areas anywhere from 1 to 3 inches there. But let's check out now with Billy moving at me. Look, it's like I said in the intro in the National Weather Service when we looked at windstorm warnings. In order for windstorm warnings that large and widespread from Minnesota and Idaho, you need a ton of snow. And it is dropping a ton of snow. Look, that's 16 to around 24 inches of snow. And it's going to drop a ton of snow for the Midwest as well. I did mention, and maybe even more so than Abigail brought. Let's check out what we have here. I mean, look at how widespread this snow is going to be. Let's see. I mean, a ton of snow for southwestern Colorado as well. But let's zoom in. I know we don't have the best size when it comes to Bandicam recording, and I know it looks a lot further zoomed out when you guys watch this. Let's zoom in. As you do see, that's from Abigail, but this is what we're going to be seeing combined with Abigail left to come in Billy. Look at that. I mean, that's a ton of snow for Colorado right there. Let's actually extend this little screen a little bit right there. Look at that. This is 79 inches. The maximum, that's 79 inches right there. right there is 79 inches. That is extremely impressive to see there. But look at that, 8 to around 11 inches for much of the Minnesota and Iowa area there. Throughout portions of upstate Nebraska, expected anywhere from 6 to 13 inches of snow. Kansas looking less involved compared to the GFS, but upstate northwestern Kansas there, up to 5-6 inches maximum. But look at that! Looks like Cheyenne and Casper are getting in the action. 9 to 11 inches, maybe even 13 inches of higher elevations out there near Yellowstone, expecting around 29 to 32 inches. But the really impressive part is that 80 inches of snow there for southwestern Colorado. Like I just say, 4 feet. The GFS only supported less than 3 feet, but the European tends to be the most accurate, not only with tropics compared to the GFS, but with snowstorms. I can say that on a personal level because I've had experience with comparing the GFS there and the GFS and the European, and then it only showed it traced to nothing really at all for Kansas, for Missouri, nothing for Chicago, maybe a little trace out there for Madison, but not as far south as the GFS has taken it. But obviously we have to wait and get a little bit closer. Of course, this is all possible because that large cold front, this cold front will be moving a little bit more eastward as we get into that time frame. This is from October 28th to November 1st here. This is a 4-day gap, 6 to 10 days. This is actually kind of during Billy happens. Let's see, October 28th. That is a Thursday. So actually, that's actually after Billy happens. So only if we had a 1 to 6 10, only if we had a 1 to 4 day outlook or a 4 to 8 day outlook, that would be great. But as you do see, by the time Billy's over, it is going to bring really cold temperatures there throughout the Midwest and still throughout the far areas of the South Central all the way to the Northeast. So this cold front is very long lasting, will continue even after Billy. Would that mean another snowstorm coming in the Midwest or up there in the upper Northwest Rockies? But now let's check out the real-time temperatures during and after Billy. So these are the overnight lows for tonight, I believe. Yeah, these are the overnight lows, I believe. Or at least for the Northwest here. Now you do see negative 16 degrees will be reported for these areas out there in upstate Montana and for the Yellowstone area. Very cold temperatures. As you do see, temperatures will slightly warm up just a tad between that Abigail finishing up and entrance of soon-to-be Billy. But as you kind of see, there's that cold air, and you can definitely tell that that's when Billy's coming. There's Sunday, that time frame, based on the European. It'll kind of be right here at that point, but we got 18 degrees there, 33 degrees, 26 degrees. I mean, extremely cold. You're going to see a huge drop in temperatures in the Midwest, and there it is. Extremely cold temperatures. Look at that, negative 28 degrees, and that's going to be right here, ladies and gentlemen, right there, let me actually switch colors. That's how impressive it is. Negative 28 degrees right there in that color near Yellowstone. It's going to be continued to widespread, so it's going to support a ton of snow per inch. I mean, 3 inches per inch, 4 inches per inch, especially for that area in Colorado. Right here, we'll be seeing maybe 5 inches per hour, 4 inches per hour because of that extreme wind and that snowfall rate, and the temperatures combined are going to support rapid accumulation by Tuesday here. Still bringing snow to these areas in the Midwest and even out there far in the Southwest, but 11 degrees, 14 degrees, 9 degrees. I mean, the temperatures do support it. And then it actually kind of warms up a good bit after Billy. And then we kind of have another extra cold front coming in that can continue to bring those negative digits. But I hope you guys enjoy the video, and bye, guys.